The jury is still out on if unicorns are real or childhood fantasies. To me, they're real. And in our case, the next guest has proof that unicorns not only exist, but they can also be eaten. Maya Kramer here with Leah Gentili. I don't want to say the private person. Anyway, Caked and Baked, which is a great title.
Yes.
How do you manage to find all these people so quickly every week?
Listen, there's this big trend now from Beyonce. You know, last year, her $3,500 cake that she had for her birthday.
Yes.
And just Saint West, you know, Kardashian daughter, just had a birthday too, and they did a Monster Inc. cake. This is a big trend that's only just tinkling here in Israel.
Slowly
I saw
but
her
surely.
Instagram. Her Instagram is awesome, by the way. And like, I came across it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I want to eat and look at all the time.
She knows how to find these things. She's got a nose like Toucan, the Fruit Loop guy.
And her story's really interesting because you should hear how she learned to do this. And she calls herself a masochist cake maker.
Okay, so first, how did you learn to do it and why?
At first, it started off making my kids' birthday cakes. It was my eldest daughter's birthday, and I thought, I'm going to make her a cake. It was awful, but I tried.
That's like
I tried, and so every year, and like with my more and more kids, I kept trying, practicing, and I learned on YouTube pretty much. It was the internet, Facebook, Instagram. I started following big cake makers, and I learned a lot. And
so was it just because you were so mad at yourself for messing up the cake that you wanted to learn more, or you're like, maybe there's a future here?
I have an issue. I was like, it was me, I'm masochistic. It needed to be perfect. I was really like disappointed that it didn't look like the picture. So I tried and I tried until I did it.
For you, because you know, in Israel we all use that, like, where you put all the recipes in a bowl and you make this chocolate cake. You know what I'm talking about?
I have an issue. I talk about my issue with it. Like, everything's chocolate and they make it too fudgy, and then I go home and I'm like, I want to bring back my Duncan Hines, the spice cake. Like, I can't. There's just
back to
banana bread. Like, this is what I miss most.
But you know,
are just the boring basics that we have.
Yeah, it's the boring basic birthday cake. So she's bringing
a tray with the sprinkles on. Like,
it's the same.
It's the same cake at everything. Like, at every party, every event, every GAN event, it's the same cake.
And also, you know, you have on your Instagram this like 80s Atari 3D cake.
That was fun.
This is really cool.
Which is aging me because I was alive to play Atari.
So it was a lady, she wanted a cake for her husband's 40th cake.
I started with that Pac-Man game.
When she said Atari, I was like, oh my God, flashback. This is amazing. So yeah, I looked online, find all the old images just to find everything, like, to get it right. And it was really fun to make. It's really nostalgic.
But now that you've made a business out of it, and you're more advanced than the people you're seeing on YouTube, so you get these requests. How do you make sure? How do you get the frosting right and the texture right and the unicorn, the Chad Karen corn?
It's trial and error still. Like, I look at something and I think, then someone gives me an idea, like, how are you going to make that? I'm like, not quite sure. And then I have to sit and I guess almost in a way it's a bit like engineering. You have to come up with an idea and come up with a plan. I think, okay, fine. I still go back to the internet. I'm like, how has this person done something similar? And try to get ideas, and then I work it out.
What would you say to someone who's just starting, like, for example, like me or Emily, I'm guessing too,
just
to make
never finishing.
The basic chocolate cake? What can we add to it to make it a little bit fancier? Or
it's technique, and it's technique and practice. So covering a cake in fondant and icing sugar, right? At first it can be really daunting because you think, oh my God, this looks awful. But then it's one of those things you just practice. And
there's a lot of butter and sugar.
There's a lot of butter.
Which I personally have a fear of that.
I used to love cake, and then when I have too much frosting, you really feel it. Like, you start to feel it.
Taste.
But so, let's dig in. But by the way, this is the problem. It's a work of art, and I don't want to blow out candle. Like, what happens when people are getting for kids' birthday parties?
This is a joy.
Let's do it to the camera because I want them to see what's inside.
Am I cutting this way?
Yeah, we'll turn it around.
What happens if you mess up one flour, when it's in there? Like, what do you do?
What do you do?
You can wipe it off and do it again.
I know what you mean, because you put so much work into this work of art,
and then everyone becomes a masochistic obsession.
It does. It really does. I have been known to restart a cake. I wasn't happy, and I was like, no, I can't take it.
But then you could bake it in your oven, or you have to have a... Like, ovens are so small. I don't have an oven with a big enough shelf for something that's all.
No, because it's not...
she does it in pieces. She doesn't put it in like that.
You will see.
What is this made of? Oh my God, look how cool.
Look at that! Oh my God, look at that!
It's a rainbow.
It's my big rainbow connection. Look at how pretty.
It's so pretty. How do you do that? I can't even make one layer.
Let me cut your
Maya and I clearly,
we're becoming
we had this idea we're going to do a cooking show of like two spazzes. We're going to cook from all the best.
So now you're going to taste
TV,
it,
right?
And you're going to let us know, as a foodie, you're going to tell us how it tastes.
Oh.
And aren't you happy I brought some sugar into the studio
Yes,
for a change?
I am.
We've been doing vegan, gluten-free, no sugar.
Good
going
old
all out.
vanilla.
Sorry, we just have
It's
to.
vanilla.
By the way, it's also hard to bake here. I've tried to bring, honestly, I brought Duncan Hines cake, and you can't get the temperature thing right, and it doesn't look the same. It doesn't rise.
The ingredients are different here. They're very different to what you get. Like the flour, it took me a long time to work out which flour worked here compared to what I would use in the UK. Butter's very different here.
Yeah, that's why the frosting. But your frosting's pretty. Like you're nailing the.
You have to work out the
American.
Girlfriend, this is good. How do people find you?
Facebook, Instagram,
Cake you do
and
like
bake,
custom
cake
made.
Custom. Each cake is custom made.
Oh my
Wow.
Order.
Awesome. Good luck. Well, now I have a son with a birthday in a month.
There you go. What would you make for him? What kind of cake?
Softa. I let Softa do it all. I'm embarrassed to admit, but she's
But what cake would you order?
well. Oh, I don't know. This one. Yeah, the blaze and the mushroom. Yeah. All right. Delicious. Delicious. Yippee. Sugar. Thanks, Maya.
Okay.